How you doing, fellas? The opposite of a nice guy isn't an asshole. It's a really important thing to understand. We are conditioned to be nice. We're conditioned to fit in to society and to ensure we gain a sense of safety through the approval of other people. But the truth is, we only find safety from ourselves. Safety can only be found within. Also, we're carrying wounds from our past, and those wounds make us feel like we're bad, like we're wrong, and we don't want to feel bad and we don't want to feel wrong. So we ensure that we don't feel that way by maintaining safety through approval. We want to see and hear. We basically want to have our senses confirmed that we are okay, that we're not bad. And we do that through seeking approval. We do that through being nice. Like I say, the opposite of a nice guy isn't a jerk. The opposite of a nice guy is an authentic man. Okay, the jerk, forget about the jerk. The jerk's got his own set of problems, so you don't need to worry about that. A lot of men go from the nice guy to the jerk because it's a better way of protecting themselves. In the whole kind of relationship realm, they go from the guy who gets screwed over and cheated on all the time to the red pill guy who pushes women out and can't open his heart to women and thinks all women are arseholes themselves. It's not a good place to head to. If you want to feel more confident in life, if you want to go after the things you want to go after and be a powerful creator, you really want to tap into the authentic self. You want to tap into who you are underneath all the bullshit conditioning, underneath all the nice guy behaviors, under all the need for approval. And look, guys, I still catch myself. I still fall into these patterns of needing approval. I still fall into the patterns of not speaking my truth because I fear what people might think. The very idea of someone disapproving of me can sometimes make me close down, right? Rather than standing in my power and being free in the face of disapproval, I can feel it can clamp me down a bit, right? There's this this heaviness that comes up, and that's the wounds that we carry. It's the wounds from the past because we don't live in a society that teaches us how to heal. The idea of healing itself is only confined to physicality. Okay, so we know through experience that we're healers on a physical level, and we do that without any conscious effort. Have you noticed how fucking insane that is? Like, have you thought about just how nuts it is that if you cut your skin without any conscious effort, your body gets to work at healing it all on its own, and it just does it. It's such a magical process that doesn't appear that magical because that's the way it's always been. We're born into that reality, so it's no biggie, right? Now, if you're hanging out with most people in society and you talk about being an emotional healer, then people might look at you a bit funny, because the idea of healing on an emotional level, on an energetic level, isn't really considered the norm, or like it's just not recognized. Yet from the moment we were born, we were healing ourselves on an energetic level by allowing all that energy to pass through us and to be expressed. And that was health. That was what we needed to do to survive. And now we're adults. We've learned to hold back. We've learned to hold our voice back. We're not speaking our truth as men. And as a result, it's making us small. It's creating stress within the nervous system. That's a really important thing to see. To understand that when you hold back your truth, you're actually creating more stress to your nervous system. Our spiritual journey needs to be an authentic journey. It doesn't need to be just accessing peace and just sitting on a pillow all day meditating. And you see a lot of the guys in the spiritual community, and their energy is very up here, and they're all very nice, and how can I care for you, and you know, the love doesn't feel truly grounded or authentic because they're still carrying the wounds of needing to be nice, and they get a sense of safety from being that nice, loving man. But in truth, they're avoiding their more lower-bodied, grounded energy that's going to allow them to truly go after what they want in life. So we've got to see that we can heal on an emotional level too. Now, in order for us to heal physically, we got to allow ourselves to get into a state of some form of relaxation. Now, our body's obviously still going to heal when we're stressed, but it doesn't work as functionally as when we're not stressed. And that's because when we're stressed, our body's focused on survival and not on our sort of higher needs of healing. So this seems to be more of the case on an emotional and energetic level, and energy is emotion is energy, right? So the emotional and energetic healing is the same thing, and it's just done through allowing energy to pass through us. But we've got to understand that when we're in a state of stress, the energy that needs passing through us, the energy that needs to be healed in us, it's not going to happen. We're not in a state of allowing any form of inner healing to happen when we're in survival mode. And most of us are caught up in survival mode for most of the day. So how can we get to a place of really healing? Our bodies naturally want to heal on all levels once we get out of the way. And the biggest thing that is in the way of us healing energetically, healing emotionally, is our thoughts, it's our mind. And our thoughts essentially is our conditioning. So from the moment we were born, we were conditioned to be a certain way. When you look at what it means to be a certain way, well, that's all to do with our expression, whether it be expressing from the energy of anger, or from fear, or from sadness, or from joy, or from courage, or from acceptance, or from peace, or from lust, or from guilt or shame, or from apathy, right? Our kind of personalities are expressions of emotions, and we weren't allowed to be all of that. Some of those expressions got us in trouble and made us feel bad, and now we're adults, we can't express certain feelings and emotions because we'll feel bad, and we don't want to feel bad, so we contain it, we hold it down, and we want to step out into the world and create a future for ourselves, yet we're not doing it. That's because we don't want to feel bad. We don't want to, our conditioned mind has created a bunch of stories around certain feelings, and so our entire identity almost is put together based on an avoidance of feeling. There's nothing more powerful than being able to feel every emotion, feel every energy that wants to come through us, because now we're not at the mercy to the world. We can allow ourselves to do whatever we want, right? When you think about why you're not doing the things you want to do, it's because of an inner feeling you don't want to feel. It's as simple as that. If it wasn't for that, you would do anything that you wanted. And that goes for me as well. I've held myself back a lot, an awful lot, because of feelings that I didn't want to feel. I didn't want to speak my truth on video because I feared what other people might think. I didn't want to speak my truth in relationships with women because I feared that they might leave me. I didn't want to speak my truth with family, with my close friends, because I feared their judgments. I guess on some level that I feared their rejection, that they might leave me too. And that just goes to show how much of my safety I was seeking, how much safety I was seeking from the approval of other people. But what can we do about this? You know, if you find that you're caught up in this situation where you're needing approval, you're needing to see that you're likable in some way. To give yourself what you're seeking. Like, if you to get real, how often do you give yourself love and approval compared to how much you seek it outside of yourself? If you're struggling right now, I would say that way more than 50% of your time that you're looking for approval is from other people. If you're like most people, you probably don't give it to yourself at all. So it's 100% seeking it outside of yourself. 100% of the time that you look for approval is outside of you. So you're looking for something that's in you, outside of you. Do you see the trap there? There is no approval out there. It can't be found. It can only be found within. So the only place to uncover it is to go within and to feel yourself approving of you. It can be challenging to do this. I've been caught up in this myself literally in the last few days. I got caught up in not accepting where I'm at because the stories in my head are telling me I need to have achieved more by now by someone of my age. But what can I do? I'm kind of bound by my capabilities. And the more I can give myself what I'm seeking from the world around, the better things can be, right? The more easier I am on myself, the calmer my nervous system becomes, the more I can do in the outside world. So here's a reminder, give yourself what it is you're seeking from the world. Everything you're seeking from the world can only be found within you. You can't find anything, any feeling, anything you want in the outside world. It's because it creates an inner feeling. That inner feeling can be found by going within rather than going without. If you want help with this, you know how to get me on the below link, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys.